This is primarily a video. This is primarily a video for myself to remind myself what to do when I'm feeling the pressure, feeling the push, feeling the urge to do something I know I shouldn't, that isn't in line with my character, who God calls me to be. And I just want to remind myself and whoever's watching that I really felt like as I over almost 2 years ago walked away from pornography in general, and as I continue to fight the battle of the lust of the mind over masturbation or anything lust related. The word was one of the words I really felt like the Spirit was saying was, this is the fight of the century. And I first thought, yeah, that's just a melodramatic way of saying this is an important fight. And now, as I think about it, I really see two additional meanings besides the fact that this is an important fight. The first being, I know what God has called me to in the realm of sexual restoration in men, to see the liberating power of Christ in men, or to see sexual restoration, see revival through sexual restoration. So in one sense, the worlds will be affected. The next 100 years of the world will hopefully be affected by me making choices that are in line with my calling. The second is just the generational nature of sin, that it very rarely solely impacts the person that does it, and especially lust-based sins, because it affects the way we view ourselves, it affects the way we view women, the way we view relationship, all of it. And so in the word, this is the fight of the century. It is the fight that will determine not just the next 60, 70 years that I live in regards to century, but in the sense, the next century that my children will grow up in the next century that my grandchildren will grow up in. The choices I make will be reflected in my parenting. The choices I make will be reflected in my children's parenting, and how their children's lives are shaped. And so this is the fight of the century.